Hello everybody and welcome to episode 16 of Let's Play Battlefield Iraq, brought to you by the Nerd Gamer. Today we will be fighting in the marshlands of southern Iraq, an area where the nation's tropical climate can be seen quite clearly. We will be fighting as a detachment of the Republican Guard, charged with defending a weapons shipment against any American attempts to destroy it or capture it. As you can see, the Americans are quite determined to stop these weapons from reaching our troops on the front lines. And if I was in their positions, I would be just as scared as they are. In light of the string of victories against the Americans in recent days, we can quite clearly, quite safely assume that the Americans are running out of steam, and that we should be able to win this battle without having to exert ourselves too much. The truth is, however, that the Americans are quite determined nonetheless. They are still brave, they are still charging at us with just as much stupidity, I might say, as before. However, unlike the previous battles in the desert, this will be quite a different battle indeed, because we are fighting, as I have said, in the marshlands of the Euphrates and Tigris rivers. And this change in terrain will have, of course, a change in tactics. We won't be able to fight the same way we did before. Things will be far more cramped, as you can see. The roads are smaller. The attacks are, well, deadlier, I can say. And our vehicles aren't as well adapted as they should be. Nonetheless, with our noble task of defeating the Yankee intruder, I believe that we can succeed. Because although the Yankees aren't running out of points as quickly as they ought to be, we still have the advantage. They have yet to capture any bases, and if all goes well, they won't capture any anytime soon. No matter what you hear about the Americans being superior to us in weaponry and in tactics and training, you shouldn't believe it. It's all fake news. And I'm going to show this to you all right here and right now. As you can see, we now have an extra vehicle. Let's see if this cannon will be useful against the Bradleys. Apparently yes, but not enough. If we try hard enough, however, we should be able to knock out any vehicle that these Americans throw at us, in spite of the inferiority of our equipment. Because as you can see, the Americans are intruding further and further. This outpost will probably fall to their forces much sooner than I anticipated. And this is bad news indeed. And the way things are looking, we'll probably face a two-part episode, for better or for worse. And god damn it, they're bringing out Abrams tanks! This is getting serious. I cannot allow this to escalate. And so I'll be bringing some armored vehicles from the base. The way things are going, I'm afraid that the end result will be that all the weapons that we intended to ship to the front line will be used up by us in this battle. Let's hope not, but that's what I think will occur anyway. Now we'll take this vehicle, which I believe to be a BMD, not to be confused with the BMP, a far more useful vehicle if I can say so myself. And we're going to use our rockets against these American villains, against these servants of evil, who have brought so much death and destruction upon the Arabs. Well, no more. I won't take it anymore. I am sick of this. Sick to the teeth. Now let's stop these American infantrymen from destroying my vehicle. And I did not see that Bradley there. I really did not. We've lost the communication tower. God damn, we've got to retake it. We've got to pull ourselves together. We are really making a show of ourselves today, and I don't know why. So let's try and sneak back to our vehicles, and fail, of course. I'm gonna take another tank from the weapons facility, because this is just getting on my nerves. You might notice that I'm a bit more tired today than usual, and I apologize for this. However, it's been a long day, and of course, no better way to end a long day than by recording an episode of Battlefield Iraq. I'm honestly surprised that our high command has had the resources to go to the trouble of painting these tanks, of camouflaging them to the marshy climate. Especially since only a really small part of Iraq is actually, well, marshland. Most of the country is desert, and I'm surprised that the game makers, the mod developers, even bothered to have a tropical level in the mod. But it is probably easy to do. I'm thinking they based it off of some mod, some map from the original vanilla version of Battlefield 2 unmodded, and then just Iraqified it. Since this kind of tree right here isn't the kind you'd see in Iraq. I'm pretty sure of that. If there's any Iraqi fans watching, anybody who'd know about the Iraqi climate, please correct me if I'm wrong. Now let's capture this base before the Americans can let off another rocket. I was too slow. Too damn slow. Time to get into gear. It's real Iraqi hours right now, and I am going to use all the vehicles at our disposal. Unfortunately, these trucks can't be driven, and hopefully we won't have to drive them away from here until the Americans are defeated. You know, Allah willing, we'll be able to win this battle with all of the ammunition, all this weaponry intact. This convoy of ours will be crucial to sustaining the war effort. If we lose this battle, we will be severely underarmed in the following. And though we have shown ourselves quite adept at making use of a bad situation, making the most of a bad situation, it's always good, it always helps to have enough weapons. Because I'd rather not charge at the Americans with a knife more often than I have to. And now, I'd like to go on foot into battle or even to drive one of these jeeps. But unfortunately, I can't afford to go small. I have to go big or go home. It's my choice right here because we are outgunned, outnumbered it seems at the very least. And we are in a constantly deteriorating situation. The Americans are continuing to drop bombs on us. They just knocked down our stop signs. How dare they? Those monsters! We've got to get our revenge. We have got to make up for the slacking behind. We cannot allow this base to fall into American hands. Iraq will not bow today. And if all goes according to plan, it will never bow. War never changes, if you ask me. It really never does. These Americans are just going to keep bombing us from afar, hiding behind their computer screens and their technology, as if it will save them from their inevitable destruction in our hands. I'm honestly getting angry here, and I can't afford to get angry. So I'm going to drive up to this base in a jeep. Beep, beep, get out of the way of my jeep. I'm gonna run into this bunker here, into this little building, I don't know what it is. Dodge a rocket. Watch that American guy die in a fire, as he deserves. and proceed to die in a fire myself. Whoop-de-fucking-do. This is just great, isn't it? This battle couldn't be going any worse. Well, technically it could, but I don't want to acknowledge the ability for it to go worse. We must strike back. We must push the Americans back across the river. I don't know what river it is, but I'm going to say that it's the Euphrates. Because that will make this battle all the more dramatic and important. If we lose, I'll say that it wasn't the Euphrates, but if we win, I say that it was. Because that's how propaganda works. Now let's knock out a few Bradleys, teach these Americans a much needed lesson in how to win wars. Yes, we've destroyed the bridge, or should I say that the Americans have destroyed the bridge. In their infinite stupidity, they've destroyed the only way they had of relieving this base. Now we've got a fighting chance. So long as we can keep the American forces from rebuilding this bridge, we can successfully strike back. Because we must strike back. In the name of the dear President, the leader Saddam. We cannot afford to yield an inch of ground today. We cannot afford to betray the Ba'ath Party. Because I don't want to get put up to the wall in front of a firing squad today. Maybe some other time, but not today. We've retaken the outpost. Allahu Akbar! And so long as we can hold the outpost, all will be well. So let's pull ourselves up, get back into gear, and stop this crazy American right here. Which was actually easier than I thought it would. Now let's get out of the way before the American heavy weaponry destroys us. And let's retake this communications tower. Because at the moment our two outposts are cut off. And this is very bad news indeed. It means that our attacks can't be synchronized. It means that we are at a heavy disadvantage. We've got to retake the top of that hill and drive these Americans out. It seems that these Americans are doing better in the tropics than they were in the desert. Which is honestly surprising. And I spawned on the wrong side of the riverbank. Time to swim. It's a good thing that Arabs know how to swim. Of course, I don't know why an Iraqi soldier would know how to swim. Now I know why he would need to swim, but honestly, in a country like Iraq, swimming is pretty much useless. Or at least it was until the dear leader Saddam gave us all free swimming pools in our cities. Because that is what the Ba'ath Party has done, the Arab Socialist Ba'ath Party. It has built infrastructure, it has brought Iraq to the height of its glory. It has rebuilt this country after centuries of subjugation. It has provided the people with luxuries which they could never have imagined, even a few years before. And that is why I am thankful to Saddam Hussein and the Arab Socialist Ba'ath Party. And I accidentally destroyed that bunker. It's pretty cool that the bunkers can be destroyed now. I'll admit that. It seems that we've destroyed quite a lot retaking this hill. It's unfortunate, but this is the reality of war. Now let's teach these Americans a lesson. The last time they lost in tropical climate was back in Vietnam. Well, we'll turn Iraq into another Vietnam for them. I swear that this will be a bloody battle for the Americans, and that I will do all that is within my abilities to stop them from winning. And now let's uphold that promise. And I got cut short by a Bradley. At least we've blown up the bridges. Because that means that we can hold the line. Sure, scorched earth is a pretty bad tactic, and it won't get us anywhere in the long run. But at the moment, scorched earth is all we have. We've got to keep the Americans out somehow, and the best way is by blowing up the bridges, poisoning the wells and the oases, and doing everything within our ability to turn the occupied territory into hell. And now, let's charge, for we have crossed the Great River once more, and we shall attack the main American base. If we're lucky, we'll be able to capture some American vehicles, some American tanks, maybe even a helicopter or a plane. Though knowing my luck, I'll probably find a Humvee if I'm very lucky. Yankees spotted. Right ahead, 12 o'clock. Well, that was a pretty bad skirmish right there. We didn't really kill anybody, so that was kind of pointless. But nonetheless, we gave those Americans a scare. And what did I say? A Humvee, that's all that's here. A goddamn Humvee. I'm gonna leave my brethren here to take care of any Americans that try to retake that base, that camp. I'll leave them there to pretty much spawn kill any Americans. Meanwhile, I'll be zooming through the jungle in this beautiful reconditioned Humvee. And I got it for free as well. And my Humvee just got written off. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. But we've got to keep fighting. Iraq won't defend itself. Which is why I'm going to try and repair this bridge right here, once I get my hands on the necessary equipment, which I do not have at the moment. Damn it, the Americans are crossing the bridge on foot. This is a pretty sticky situation we've got ourselves into right here. I think it's worthwhile leaving the bridge as it is. Because these Americans are getting pretty damn aggressive. I'll see if I can repel their attack. But first of all, I'll give this a shot. Alright, the bridge has been repaired, enough for us to cross it. And that's all that I'll be doing. Because if we repair it to the maximum, if we restore it completely, the Americans are just going to cross it again. And that would be very, 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 very counterproductive for us. So I'm going to get a BMP and use it to retake the hilltop, because the Americans have seized the communications tower once again, leaving our forces in disarray. We must recapture it if we want to coordinate the rest of our counter-offensive. And so I will dedicate myself to retaking it. But not in this episode. I think I'll end part 1 of this 2-part episode to be right here. If you enjoyed the episode, do not forget to subscribe to my channel to leave a like or a comment. I have been the Nerd Gamer. Thank you very much for watching. Tune in next time to Battlefield Iraq.